Greetings, this is Mr. Solomon, another edition of Teacher Gaming Desk. This is episode 3, playing the first lesson, which is Stranded. So I'm going to go to desk.teachergaming.com. That's where I usually begin. I'm going to log in with my account. And just to give you a quick overview, I am now managing a class. You can see this is my class code. If I go to review, I can see what students have done already. So if I look at student progress, I can see how many skill points students have earned. If I go to class progress, I can then see how the class is doing as a whole. Stranded teaches 21st century themes. And so if I go down to collaborating, I can then see which games students were using. They earn points for decision making, delegating choices, and team building. If I go to critical thinking, I can then see what other games students have been playing to teach different ones. So I'm going to then go to teach and start teaching the lesson for Stranded. I have Stranded favorited because I put a little gold star. Easy to do. Just click on some of your favorite games. And if I scroll down, I'll see Stranded for cooperation and class spirit. So the check mark means I've already done this lesson, but I'm going to start at the beginning just to give you an idea of how we began it here in class. So if I preview the lesson, I can watch a short movie that will tell me about it, and then I'm going to start the lesson. So this is what I would share with students. We would discuss how the game is played, introduce it. The goal of the game is to increase your happiness. Happiness is determined by whether your residents or inhabitants have enough food, have enough shelter, and have enough supplies. I'll go through the game and show you all of these examples of how to play. Basically, the game is split into two separate sections. The action phase, you earn turns to decide what to do. And that's when individual students each have a series of choices. Once that time runs out, then the voting phase is when students decide what to do with the resources that they've earned. You get 3 turns. You can earn more turns by building a school. The more you go to school, the more turns you can earn. You can earn up to 5 turns. So during the action phase, you can choose what to do. So you click on a square. If a square is hidden, you can then expose it and explore. If a square is exposed and shows trees, you can knock down trees. If that square has no trees, you can then plow it in order to get more food. So then you continue to the play phase after the game has been introduced to class. And then I can see all the students in the class and how they're doing. How many turns, how many had good endings. So I can see all the progress the students have made. So this is what I would keep up while the students then log into their Teacher Gaming account and begin playing. So I've logged in as J Solomon 2. You can see that there is a lesson in progress, so I will click it. Stranded is a browser-based game, so there's really no requirements other than having a browser like Safari, Chrome, or Firefox that will be able to run this game. So it tells me that I'm already logged in. The way the game works in the introduction is someone will create a game. I'll choose English as my language. So this is the introduction. Basically, the premise is you're stranded on an uninhabited island, and you need to figure out how to survive through 15 weeks. So you have 15 rounds. It's a turn-based game. So you can have students playing in groups of 1, 2, 3. You can have as many as 30. And so the way the game works, once students sign in, if you're playing in a group, one person creates a game. So if I'm the teacher and I want the entire class to play, I will create a game. It will generate a code, 11. Other students will then click the join game after I click start, and then we would all be playing together. So this is what the game space looks like. So if I click on a dark patch of land, I can then explore it. That's 1 turn. I can then click on the trees that are exposed underneath and fell the trees. That will make it ready to be planted. Sometimes it takes more than 1 round. If I need more food, I can click on the water and do some fishing so I can make sure my people have enough food. So those were my 3 turns. So that's the end of the action phase. So this is a review that shows the entire class of how many resources they earned, how much happiness they've attained. Right now, I don't have much that I can do. Now comes the voting phase. So now every student in the class would vote on one of these 3 choices. You can see that I have 435 pieces of wood, so then I could build a school or a shelter. I'm going to go with shelter since that's most important, since my one resident needs somewhere to stay. And so this is a review, so I can see where I'm doing. I probably need some more shelter. It's -8. I have earned enough food, and that's a +3. So then if I click on the trees again, I can then drop those trees. If I try it one more time, I can then knock the trees out completely, and then I'll click on that same patch of land a 3rd time for my 3rd turn and plow it, so then I can start earning more food. So those were my 3 turns. This game takes about 30 minutes to play. It's all timed out, so students can't take too long to make their decisions. Students that work quickly have to wait for those that work more slowly. So you can see that I have 593 pieces of wood, but I cannot build a school because I need an empty meadow. So right now I'm going to say do nothing, because that's the only choice that I can do. Right now I don't have enough resources to do anything else. So my food looks good. I have enough food in storage. My people without shelter is 0, but I need to earn some stone and do some more work. So if I start exploring the land, I'm going to explore this, and I'm going to expose another patch of land over here. And then if I click on the harvest, I can then earn from 135, this move to 185. So I'm making sure my people have enough food. If I keep an eye on my happiness level on the right side, you can see I started at 100 and now I'm down to 90. So I need to do some thinking and collaborating with other people in my class of what I should do. So what I'm going to do is build a school with the 200 pieces of wood of the 593 that I have. If you click on school multiple times, you can then earn more actions. You can see right now I only have 3 turns on my action phase, but if I continue to study and go to school, I can earn another turn, up to 5. So now I'm going to click on the school and show you. I need to expose some land next to it. Okay, so I'm going to study. I'd have to do that 4 times. So I'm going to study once, then I'm going to study twice, and then on my 3rd turn, maybe I will explore some more of the land. So there's trees hidden, sometimes there's rock quarries, sometimes there's fountains, sometimes there's swimming areas. Swimming helps your residents become more happy. So my food is looking okay. My shelter is doing okay. I could build a workshop, and that will allow me to build some more tools. So now I'm going to use 200 of my 393 to build a workshop. Workshop lets you use your tools more efficiently so you can then earn more resources. Since I'm the only person playing, I don't have to wait for everybody else, but I do have to wait for the timer to go down. So my food looks like it's getting low since everyone ate all the food that they have. So I'm going to click on harvesting. That will give my food 50. If I want to go to my workshop, I can make more tools. If I choose not to do that, maybe I want to go to school or I want to fell more trees, I'm going to choose school. So I'm 50% there. This will give me 75. I'm going to click on the school one more time. And now you can see that I have earned 4 turns instead of 3. So now I earned an extra turn. So I'm going to knock down some trees. And now I can see my happiness has gone down to 75, starting at 100. I need to think about why that is, what we can do to improve our happiness. So I'm going to continue playing the game through each of these rounds. Right now we're in the 5th month. So I'll check in about 10 turns and you can see what kind of progress that I've made. Right now I'm going to use no building so I can just get more resources to build more stuff. So right now I don't have enough stone. So I need to think about building a quarry with my tools and hopefully find some rocks. So we'll check back in a few minutes and see how progress is. Okay, I've been playing several rounds. You can see my happiness level is not very good. It's difficult when there's only one person playing. You do much better when you have a group of people all playing together. I did set up some quarry and a campfire. So right now I'm choosing not to build anything so I can start accumulating more resources. So rescuers will be coming in the 15th month. I've only got a couple more turns. So right now I have no food. So I got to make sure my people have food. So I'm going to harvest some. I can fell some trees. That will earn me more wood. If I click on the campfire, I can hang out the campfire to try to improve the happiness level. I have 1 turn left. So we're going to quarry and earn more stone. So now you can see what I've earned. I've gotten positives for each of the areas, but my time is just about up. So a ship has come. I have 1 last vote. So I could upgrade my school or upgrade the shelter. So let's upgrade the shelter to level 2. I can vote for that. Since I'm the only one voting, I know that's what's going to happen. It all depends on the majority, though. That's what's nice about this game because it's multiplayer. So I'm almost out of food. All the food that I have has already been eaten. At least my shelter has been upgraded. The game has ended. So you can see my happiness level is a measly 7 that started from 100. And then if I look, I can see how me as a player has done. I've taken my 15 turns and I have a weak ending. So then we can have a discussion on why that is and how that happens. So if I go back to my lesson and then click on share and discuss, we can then have a discussion of what was the most fun, what happened, can you improve your happiness score. Okay, then I can go to tasks after playing, try playing in different sized groups. So first we played as a whole class, then we played as the class split in 2, boys versus girls, then we played in small groups of 3 or 4, and to see which combination of players would gain the highest happiness. So try playing stranded alone, which is what I just did, and you realize that it's very difficult to get a high score. So if I complete the lesson, 1 student has participated, I complete it, and then if I want to look at student progress, I can try to find me and what skills points that I've earned. So this is how you can see how playing stranded will help me. So I'm trying to see if I can find my name. Let's see, Mr. Solomon. And so here's the skill points that I earned by playing this lesson. So it's all integrated really well. Nice way to see how to build 21st century skills of communication, cooperation, and collaboration. Thanks for watching.